Good evening and welcome to the council meeting on August 13th, 2019. I'd ask everybody to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation by Miss Jean Hoover from the Sugar Grove Covenant Church. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Father in heaven, we thank you for watching over us and for blessing our community. Give us guidance and wisdom in tending to the business of humanity. Give us the opportunity to serve and to do it with a willing heart in the capacity that you have given us. We ask that you place your hand on our country and keep us safe. I pray for the families that have lost loved ones and those who have been injured in the tragedy that took place so recently in Dayton and El Paso. We also ask you to help us come together as a nation to remember your commandment to love your neighbor as yourself. Let us have peace in our hearts and to remember you are sovereign, even over time itself, and you have a plan for all of us individually. Jesus, we thank you for infinite and enduring love. Help us to receive that love in a personal relationship with you. We ask all of this in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
I'd like to go ahead and call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Miller,
Present.
Land,
Here.
Kopp, here. Hurst,
Here.
Vogel,
Here.
Dorman,
Here.
and Grudich.
Here.
We had a special session of council on August the 6th. There were 4 people absent, myself, Councilman Vogel, Councilwoman Kopp, and Councilman Dorman. Are there any motions?
I'll make a motion to excuse the absent council members. Second.
Roll call, please.
Land,
Yes.
Cobb, yes. Hurst,
Yes.
Vogel,
Abstain.
Dorman,
Abstain.
Grudich,
Yes.
and Mayor Miller.
Yes. Council should have received meeting minutes and workshop minutes from July 9th and the workshop on July the 23rd. Are there any motions for those minutes?
Make a motion, we accept those minutes as written.
Okay.
Roll call, please.
Land,
Yes.
Cobb,
Yes.
Hurst,
Yes.
Vogel,
Yes.
Dorman,
Yes.
Grudich,
Yes.
and Mayor Miller.
Yes. Moving along to correspondence to council. Anything for the record tonight?
None this evening, Mayor.
Thank you.
Mayor, you guys have to do that.
Yes, that was June, is that correct? Council should have also, we received and reviewed the June council meetings minutes,
11th and 25th.
the 11th and the 25th. Thank you. Which we postponed approving those minutes pending review. Was there any other, does anybody need to review that any longer, or can we?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from June the 11th and the workshop minutes from June the 25th.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Land,
Yes.
Cobb,
Yes.
Hurst,
Yes.
Vogel,
Yes.
Dorman,
Yes.
Grudich,
Yes.
and Mayor Miller.
Yes. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I would like to open up the floor for any comments from citizens tonight regarding tonight's legislation. There are 3 pieces of legislation amending the zoning code on Stone Meadows, a resolution for delinquencies, and a resolution authorizing health insurance. Are there any comments tonight? Yes, sir. If you can, sir, just stand at the podium and state your name, sir.
You want to amend the zoning for Stone Meadows, right?
That is correct, sir.
My only problem is this, I built my house back in 2004, and I came to this council, and I got a covenant of what I could do and what I couldn't do. I wasn't given a variance for 3 foot on my property, but yet there's a property, and I can give you the address, that has 5 foot, they're not even close, and the council didn't do nothing about it. All I want to say is if they're allowed to build there, they need to follow the covenants of Stone Meadows with the setbacks. Because this is back when Marty Gabbard, it's well before any of you guys were even in council. But I'd like for the council to enforce that. Because there's one property, for instance, I bought a permit to build a shed. There's been 5 sheds in my plat out there that haven't even had a permit. You guys don't do nothing. The fences, they don't do nothing. I wasn't given it, because I come to the council and I ask what I can do, what I can't do. But if people don't do that, you guys kind of like wash it under the sink and stuff. I'm trying to read my notes because
That's fine.
I just want to, I'm sorry, my name's Rick Marker, and I don't mean to be a horse's butt, but I want to let you know where I come from.
Sure. Mr. Marker, one thing is, up until just recently, we never really had anybody to do any kind of zoning enforcement. So up until within the past year or two, it was complaint-based. So if there was any kind of zoning violation, we didn't really have the manpower or the personnel to go out and actively look for things that are being built without permits or without looking for those kind of
It
problems.
isn't checked unless you ask. I asked, and I was told no. There's a house sitting out on, I can give you the property if you want to hear the property name. They're 5 foot, they're not even the setbacks, and that's the only thing, if you're going to allow this property to be built, all I want it to be is uniform with everybody else.
Certainly.
This TK house come in and slapped this house up. We measured it as almost 5.5, 6 feet off the offsets on both properties, both streets. I wasn't given any liens because I asked. And I just don't want to see that keep happening.
Sure.
I mean, zoning is expensive. I come from a village where I was on council. It's expensive to enforce too. But the thing of it is, if you put it out there, you have to enforce it. You know, I've had other instances where I can have a fence. Well, there's 5 fences. There's 5 sheds in our property that were built without a permit. And I come up and I paid my fee to get my permit. And I'm trying to live within the means of everybody else, but the same things, this council has to enforce this stuff for everybody.
Certainly. But
above ground pools, I was told no, there's 3 of them. And I don't even care about that. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, you know, there's a covenants out there, and I know the council won't abide by the covenants because they got their own. It's tricky. You guys got your zoning and stuff like that, and covenants are, you know, to get a covenants enforced, you have to have a homeowners association.
right.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I'll check into that. But the thing of it is, the setbacks, and if this property is actually being developed, hey, I don't care. I just wanted to make sure their setbacks in line and follows the suit to keep my property value where it's at. I pay a lot of taxes,
Certainly.
a lot of taxes. And I think that that we as in the whole subdivision deserve that.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I can assure you that I believe the builder that has been selected has already contacted our office and have given him, them, the exact setbacks, sides, rears, and front. So they know it, and they'll have to stake it before they can pour the foundation.
Well, can I challenge you guys one more thing? That particular property, back when Marty Gabbard was in here, that carries the plumbing, and I don't want to see a water tower in my neighborhood, but that carries all the water, and with the pressure we have out there, as a council, you all should look into obtaining that property. Everything's there for future growth. If you let it go now, it's up to you. I don't want to see a water tower, don't get me wrong. But if I was sitting in your seat, I would strongly suggest that. I told them that when they built that subdivision, you know, I know the growth, they want to go over the river, but that's higher ground. I'm just saying, they put a pump station to alleviate the pressure out in our neighborhood from the school, because the fire trucks will come out when there's a fire and they'll suck our hydrants dry. And I'm thinking if the council would ever take the time and do a study and loop that back to beyond the trailer parking around and put a water top there, you guys will be in so much better shape. And I'm not saying I don't want to see a water tower in my neighborhood, but I'm just saying that
Right.
as you know, this is what I do, and I'm
Sure.
thinking that you guys might.
Yeah. Mr. Mark, I can tell you right now, you know, we're looking at the infrastructure of the village, and the water system is something that we are currently, we've had evaluations done by outside contractors that have.
We commissioned a water study.
Yeah, and so we've looked at the weaknesses and the strengths, and we've identified where some of those loops need to be made. Currently, that is not a place that we're looking at right now to build a water tower or anything like that, but that study has been done. So.
Okay, well, I'm just saying from the studies that we've had, I've had my pressure checked in my house, and it was
Yeah,
on borderline of failing.
yeah,
But they built the pump station, and I'm good. I mean, I have no problem with that. I'm just saying it's future growth,
yeah,
depending on which way the future of this village wants to grow for
right.
the city. My only concern was, you know, friend, I'm gonna throw you another ballpark. I put a camper in my driveway.
Mhm.
I bought a new camper. It was there 12 days, and I had a council member stop. He's not here with you anymore about having a camper in my driveway, but yet we have them around the neighborhood. And I'm like, why do you pick and choose your battles? Like, how do you do that? You know, that's what zoning's for.
Correct.
You put it out, you enforce it.
Right.
If you don't want to enforce it, I should have never bought a permit for my shed. There's been 5 people put sheds in there, never bought a permit for one of them.
Well, we do appreciate you doing the right thing. I mean, we can't obviously police everybody from doing that, and unfortunately, we haven't in the past had those resources to do those activities.
Sure.
But you doing the right thing is, I mean, that's ultimately what it comes down to, right? I mean, we
Well,
have to do the right
That's
thing.
what zoning's actually for.
And we hold ourselves to that standard, and I will speak for the manager and the rest of the village that, you know, we plan on watching the zoning on this property to make sure that all the codes are met, and you know, going forward from here, that to make sure that it's a level playing field and it's as equal as we can make it. Now, if somebody breaks the rules and that kind of stuff, that's another conversation. But as far as this property goes, where manager Klein has already indicated we've received those plans, that it's getting marked off, and we're gonna make sure that all those
I
setbacks are.
just want to make sure the setbacks, the
Yeah.
front of the property benefits the house, because I brought to the attention when they was building the other house, and the council didn't want to enforce it because of the legality. And I would say that you guys really need to. That's the whole part of zoning.
Well, he's bringing up a point, I'm only guessing. But he, Mr. Marker already brought it up, and he's absolutely correct. In 2012, when I first got here, someone did apply for a building, or a shed permit. And we have a zoning code, and I did receive a call about covenants. And he's absolutely right, that's covenants, we do not have the authority to adhere to covenants. That typically, and it looks like, looking at the history of this subdivision, it looks like they had intentions and plans, be restrictive, this is the kind of neighborhood it's going to be, but they never created an HOA. So, I have lived in property, or I've lived on properties that have an HOA. They are typically more restrictive than a village or a city's zoning code. So when I issued the permit, it was based on our zoning code.
Okay, let me go back to that. Then why wasn't I allowed any kind of, I would have followed the village's guidelines, but they enforced me on the covenants.
I can't answer that question for you, sir.
I'm just saying.
Who enforced you on the covenants?
Marty, this is back in, I moved to this village in, probably 2000, and I think I built my house in 2007. But it was like a tricky thing, like, you can't do this because of your covenants, but you can't do this because of the zoning. Okay, but, trying to keep everybody happy, you try to follow one or the other. So are you going to enforce the covenants, or are you going to enforce the zoning? You really can't enforce the covenants, I understand that. There needs to be homeowners, I've been around this block.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, I just want to see not happen what happened up in Stony Ridge happen again. I mean, the house was built, they got a shed, too close, and it looks hideous. And the thing of it is, you're trying to maintain your property value, which I do. If you ever go up on my house, I always maintain my property, but I expect the same. And I expect the council to enforce that. I mean, that's the whole point of you guys, and I guess I should shut my mouth. That's it. I mean, I like to know that my property's gonna stay the same,
Sure.
and
No, we appreciate you bringing that forward and, the conversation. And like I said, you've done the right thing. You've held yourself to that standard, and you hope that people will continue to do that. And we'll make sure that on our end that we're enforcing what we can enforce.
And I will tell you, I live out there in Stone Meadows in the subdivision, because I'm right around the corner from you on Caney Court. And my neighbor, he went through everything he needed to when he built his pole barn. He got his permits. He built it within the ordinance, within the parameters of that and so forth. And there were no issues. So I know some folks in there are definitely following the letter of the law to the T, as required. But and I try to pay attention to a lot of the stuff that goes on out there, since I've been on council for almost 8 years. And I guess I don't know how long ago some of those sheds were built, but I did not notice it. Sometimes they're in people's backyards or side yards. You don't notice it.
I don't really care that they built the sheds. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like, you can't do this, you can't do that, but I was told, I can't do this, I can't do that. And then, lo and behold, everybody else does, and they don't ask questions, and there's no repercussions, or, That's all I want. I mean, I just want to know, that's what zoning's about.
Yeah.
And I know it's not cheap. And believe me, I mean, we as a village where I came from, we adopted in other villages because it's cheaper to adopt than to rewrite a zoning law.
Mhm.
But everybody has to kind of feather it into their own needs, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yep, absolutely.
So, that, I think that's all I got.
Well, thank you, sir.
Tired of bitching. Nah, you know, I mean, it's just common sense. And I just want to know that my biggest fear is that, you know, somebody throws up a house and their setbacks ain't near the same.
Sure.
I mean, I wanted a garage 3 foot wider and they said no, so, because I asked. Had I done it, nothing would happen, I guarantee you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
Moving on to ordinances and resolutions, CM-19-12, amending the zoning code. Ms. Brosh.
An ordinance to amend the official zoning map of West Milton as adopted by Chapter 150.006 of the West Milton Code of Ordinances.
Thank you, Ms. Brosh. And because this is a second reading, it's a title only. Manager Klein, did you have anything to add to this?
Yes, if it's all right, you don't actually technically need to call that a public hearing is now started.
I would like to announce that this is a public hearing concerning this matter.
Thank you, Mayor. Guests this evening, welcome. We have received a request to consider rezoning a 1 acre lot located on Stone Meadows Boulevard. The address will be 290 Stone Meadows. I've asked there. That is, if you look up on the TV screen, that's the acreage. If you look to the right corner of it, that's where Izzy's drive-through is. That main road there is 571 heading towards Greenville. Coat Burial Vault there to the right of it. There is a house directly to the south of it, and then I believe Canyon Court comes off of that as well. So that's the property. I believe I included in your packets a photo of this. Notification has been sent to all those within 300 feet of the property as required by the code. The property is currently zoned B3, which is a neighborhood business district. The request is to zone it R1C, single family. I've tried to research this for the planning board, and I'm just repeating myself to you. But considering the history of this lot and its location to other residential properties, staff would recommend that the change be accepted. Lots located with potential entrance on State Route 571 should remain B3. However, this lot can only be accessed via Stone Meadows Boulevard, and it makes more sense for this particular lot to be considered residential. The lot to its immediate south is zoned R1C and has a single-family home on it, as you saw on Google Maps. Mayor, during a public hearing, you asked for anybody who is here for the ordinance and against it, and then answer any questions.
Would there be anybody for the ordinance?
Again, as long as the setbacks follow everybody else's setbacks, I don't have a problem with that.
Sir. Understand. Yes, sir. If you don't mind.
You just want to know who's for it?
Yes.
We're for it.
Okay. All right. Would there be anybody attending that would be against it?
As long as the setbacks are there.
Yep.
And as long as it's brick front, like everybody else's.
Yep. Thank you.
And then just let the clerk know that you call the public hearing portion of your
And it would be closed. At this time, are there any motions for the amendment to the ordinance to amend the zoning map?
I put forward that we accept CM-19-12 as amended.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Land.
Yes.
Cobb.
Yes.
Hurst.
Yes.
Vogel.
Yes.
Dorman.
Yes.
Rudy.
yes,
And Mayor Miller.
Yes. Moving to CM-19-13, a resolution to certify delinquencies. Ms. Brush.
It's a resolution to certify delinquent water, sewer, and refuse accounts and costs associated with removal of grass, weeds, litter, and trees to the Miami County Auditor for collection. Whereas Chapter 743.04 of the Ohio Revised Code and Sections 51.27, 52.134, and 53.31 of the West Milton Code of Ordinances provides that water, sewer, and refuse charges that are not paid when due and payable shall be certified to the Auditor of Miami County, who shall place the charges on the tax duplicate as a tax lien or assessment against the parcel or lot for collection as other taxes. And whereas Chapter 93.44 of the West Milton Code of Ordinances provides that costs incurred for the removal of weeds, litter, and grasses shall be certified to the Auditor of Miami County, who shall place the charges on the tax duplicate as a tax lien or assessment against the parcel or lot for collection as other taxes. And whereas Chapter 93.56 of the West Milton Code of Ordinances provides that costs incurred for the removal of trees shall be certified to the Auditor of Miami County, who shall place the charges on the tax duplicate as a tax lien or assessment against the parcel or lot for collection as other taxes. And whereas the municipality has been notified by the Miami County Auditor's Office that this year's deadline for the filing of such items certified for collection is September 9th, 2019. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio, that Section 1, the water, sewer, and refuse accounts, plus properties for which the municipality has removed weeds, litter, grasses, and trees listed herewith as Appendix A and incorporated herein by reference as if fully rewritten, shall be certified to the Miami County Auditor as tax liens in accordance with Sections 51.27, 52.134, 93.44, and 93.56 of the West Milton Code of Ordinances. Section 2, the total charges against each lot and parcel shall be payable to the Director of Finance of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio by September 5th, 2019, and if not paid, shall thereafter be certified to the Miami County Auditor in the full amount shown, including a 5% service charge levied by the Auditor's Office for covering the expense of the collection, for placement on the tax duplicate as a tax lien against said property, and said charges shall be collected at the same time and manner as other taxes as provided by law. Section 3, this resolution shall take effect and be in full force from and after the earliest date allowed by law.
Thank you, Ms. Brush. Manager Klein.
Thank you, Mayor. It's an annual resolution that we always do in August. This year, we noticed, we forgot that the one that was in your packet, please disregard. If you noticed that there was a change, there was a typo. We had two properties that we had general cleanup and tree removal on two properties. Those weren't added on your Friday packet, so we caught that, so it's on there. So that's the one that is attached to the resolution. Total this year came out to $15,217. The vast majority of that is delinquent or non-payment of water, sewer, trash. The rest has been lawn cutting and then the two properties that we needed to go on to do cleanups.
Thank you. Are there any motions for the resolution?
Mayor Miller, I'd like to make a motion to approve CM 19-13 as read.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Land.
Yes.
Cobb.
Yes.
Hurst.
Yes.
Vogel.
Yes.
Dorman.
Yes.
Rudy.
yes,
And Mayor Miller.
Yes. Thank you. Last one for tonight, CM-19-14, a resolution authorizing health insurance. Ms. Brush.
It's a resolution to authorize the municipal manager to contract with Anthem for employee health insurance. Whereas the municipality of West Milton has consistently provided health insurance benefits to its full-time employees and desires to continue to provide such benefits. And whereas the current health insurance contract ends August 31st, 2019. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio, that Section 1, the council authorizes the municipal manager to execute the proper contractual documents with Anthem for a policy term of 1 year from September 1st, 2019 through August 31st, 2020, at the various rates as provided by McGowan Brabender, Dayton, Ohio. Section 2, the council further authorizes the finance director to make necessary deposits into the proper employee savings accounts, not to exceed 50% of the deductible of the plan they choose. Such deposits shall be made in increments with 50% in September of 2019 and the remaining balance equally split in January and May of 2020. Section 3, this resolution shall take effect and be in full force from and after its passage.
Thank you. Manager Klein?
Thank you, Mayor, and thank council for allowing us to have a special workshop so we could discuss this. Just to let everyone know, this is an annual resolution as well. And first, on behalf of the employees, I'd like to say thank you for offering health care for our employees. We truly appreciate that. But as you also know, our original renewals came in at almost 24%. That was, we felt, too high. We've been working with McGowan Brabender, and council has worked and has agreed that this resolution is only showing a 13.5% increase in total costs. The resolution does say the HSA is not to exceed 50%. What we've done is we've offered 3 different plans that the employees can choose. The one does have a 50%, we can offer up to a 50% HSA contribution and still maintain that 13.5%. The other 2 plans, should they choose them, are less than 50%. One's 30%, I believe the other one's also 30%. So we thank you very much for, and it's always a 1-year contract. We can never do anything longer than that. So.
Thank you. Any motions for the resolution?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we accept resolution CM-19-14 as read.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Land?
Yes.
Cobb?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
Vogel?
Yes.
Dorman?
Yes.
Grudy?
Yes.
And Mayor Miller.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on to the manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor, Council, and guests. Welcome. Only one thing that needs to be said for this evening, and that is to repeatedly announce and blare it out and spread the word that there will be a free concert in the park this Saturday. The committee has called it Rock the Hill. So if you're familiar going down watching the fireworks, get down there early and scout out your spot with your blanket or on the flat part in your chairs. And the stage will be set up at the end of this week, along with all the other items that are going to be offered. There's going to be 3 bands. We've been really trying to do as local a feel for everything as we can. There's a young band called the Shelby Love Brothers. Most of the young men are from the Columbus area, but most of them grew up in the New Carlisle area when they were younger. The Rock Island Plow Company is from Springfield, mostly. It includes one of our police officers that's in the band as well. And then our headliner is, everyone knows, Higgins and Madewell. They are from the West Milton area. Music starts at 5 o'clock in the evening. We're anticipating awesome weather, maybe a little warm. But the humidity would go down and it would be a perfect evening. The library will be hosting a kids zone in the new playground area. There will be some food trucks. I know we've got confirmation from Clark's Pizza, Kona Ice, Buckeye Burgers, and which seems to be a favorite amongst most people now, especially on Mondays, and down at our parking lot. And Stillwater Kettle Corn will be there for sure. Mr. Delk has said that he has another event, but he's going to try to make our event, so there may be ice cream, not guaranteeing that. There will also be a small beer and wine available from also staying local. The wine will be from Old Mason Winery out on Iddings. And instead of doing the same thing that most every community organization does, we're not doing the Bud Light or the Coors Light. We chose a craft brewing company from Arcanum, who will be offering 4 selections of their creations. All of that is being run as a fundraiser for the July 4th committee for next year's fireworks. I think everything is set in place. I was just on the phone with Jeff Madewell today. He says there's a nice buzz amongst the people that he's hearing, so everyone's getting excited. So please come early and stay late. And when I say stay late, Higgins Madewell knows that there's to wrap up around 9 o'clock, maybe 9:15, depending on how excited the crowd is. One little note, and I reminded Jeff of this. This happens to be the 50th, this coming next few days happens to be the 50th anniversary of Woodstock. And that was sort of the thought process of, hey, let's do a West Milton mini version of that. And so it's the way that we chose the 3 bands, but something that was infamous or famous during Woodstock was Jimi Hendrix' Star Spangled Banner. And I have personally heard Jeff Madewell do his version of that. It's awesome. So he will be duplicating that from 50 years ago during the show. So that should be awesome as well. So please come early, get set up. It's should be a great event. So the weather should be just right. So thank you very much. And one of the things that I was remembering, we did an event several years ago that allowed beer and wine just in that section of the park. And the original motion was to allow that from time to time. And because that was a different council, in fact, I think the only 2 members on this council that were part of that, if you'll recall, would have been Councilmember Fogel and Mayor Miller. I just thought it would be better if we would, again, ask for a motion, a voice vote, just to allow the 4th of July committee to do the beer and wine instead of relying on a motion from a past council. I just thought that would be better.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to allow the sale of beer and wine in the community park for this Saturday, August 17th, for Rock the Hill concert.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None? All right, thank you.
Council, I appreciate it, and please come down. I forgot to mention, it's important, we will have an MC. Channel 7's own Gabby Enright will be our master ceremonies, and she'll be hopefully introducing a few of you. And I forgot all about the giveaway, gift baskets. I need to mention that. We have 8 gift baskets. All of the gift baskets are from local businesses here in town, all the way south to the IGA, clear up north to the newest business that we have in town right now, the West Milton Inn Gift Gallery. The committee has done a marvelous job. Actually, it's Gay Gable has been spearheading it. She's with the gym in West Milton that are one of our key sponsors. I should mention the sponsors as well. Apologize. There's 8 different gift baskets. Each one has a value of anywhere between, I believe the committee told me this afternoon, of anywhere between around $220 to $290. They vary in different items from all of our businesses here in town. They include gift certificates for food, a lot of gifts. It's really neat. The business community has really stepped up to support it. To get a ticket for those drawings, you would be able to participate in purchasing anything on those businesses that are participating and ask for a ticket. As an example, if you go to the IGA and you buy $20 worth of product, you can get 2 tickets. Put your name and phone number on there, and you'll be in the drawing. We are encouraging that you have to be present to win, because we want you to enjoy the concert. And we should thank our key sponsors. Our key sponsors are DP&L and also the developer for the Stillwater Crossings development. The development itself is our two key sponsors. Kona Ice, West Milton Gym, Flawless Signs is also a sponsor, and I believe that's it. If I missed somebody, I truly apologize. No, Omni Healthcare. There's a small business that just started in Troy, actually, but it's owned by a West Miltonian, David Allen, and he has started a business. If you go to J. and Mary's bookstore, you see that fancy building with the blue dome. That's where Omni Healthcare is, and they're also a key sponsor for us as well. So we thank all of our sponsors. So please come early, stay late.
And for the gift basket drawings, where do you get the tickets and how much are they?
The tickets are free if you purchase product at all the participating stores. The list would be too long for me to be able to say all the stores. As an example, if you go to Pearson House, buy a $20 meal for you and your wife, you're eligible for 2 tickets, and they're up at the cash register. If they're not offering them to you, ask for them. What our intentions are if you're buying product at the concert, you'll be eligible for tickets there too. So if you come, you'll get a ticket.
Okay.
Bring
Sounds
$5.
good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Manager Klein. At this point, is there any old business?
Yes, I would like to let everybody know that we have closed the farmer's market. We had trouble getting produce. We had people that had said they would bring produce, but due to the weather with the way the spring was with all the rain and everything, gardens got washed out, and they were trying to replant, but then with the heat and no rain, I mean, it's just been a big issue. So the few vendors that we did have decided it was kind of a waste of their time to be sitting down in the hot parking lot with nobody coming. So we decided we were just be easier for everybody if we just closed it. So there's no more farmer's market.
That's just for this year, not
That's
saying
just for this year,
in the
yes.
future, we will still explore it for next year and try to
Right,
get it going.
right. That's just this year, yeah.
Thank you. Any other old business? I have one new business item. This is from DPNL. And I was just going to announce to everybody that there was a first notice of local public hearing for a proposed major utility facility. This is a transmission line project that runs from the West Milton Power Station down to Eldine and Troy. The public hearing is going to be Tuesday, September 17th at 6 p.m. That's at the Hobart Arena Bravo Room at 255 Adams Street in Troy, Ohio. That'll be the first hearing. They're looking for any kind of local input from anybody that lives in the area, inside West Milton and then outside in the county. So if that affects anybody around here, again, that's Tuesday, September 17th at 6 p.m. at the Hobart Arena Bravo Room. There's also an evidentiary hearing on October the 1st at 10 a.m., and that's at the Office of Public Utilities Commission of Ohio, Hearing Room 11D, and that's 180 East Broad Street in Columbus. So if you guys want to make the trek over to Columbus, you can present there as well. So I just wanted to let everybody know. I received that in the mail the other day. So that's all I have. Any other new business for council? No. Any other comments by citizens this evening? None. Okay.
You know, actually, I'm gonna back up. This is not new business, but could we possibly, for our workshop, Mr. Klein and Mr. Mayor, put on, just going along with Mr. Marker and what he was talking about enforcing ordinances, we have an ordinance enforcer, and I know she's spread really thin at the moment. Just visiting how we can, I don't know, help enforce stuff more and just keep on track with not just zoning issues, but, you know, our home and upkeep issues, so.
Absolutely.
I know we've talked about it, but I think we really need to hone in on it because it's probably the number one complaint in our
It's
town.
The most
And so,
continual thing
if
brought up.
it's, you know, the number one complaint, I think it needs to be our number one
Can I make a comment?
issue.
Yes, sir.
The village where I came from, we kind of asked the law enforcement to be our eyes. If they seen something, jot it down, let the city manager know. I mean, they're out there patrolling the streets, they see more than anybody. Just take advantage of that.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean,
Yep,
just share information.
yep. It's a resource that we have.
Yep.
Thank you.
Counselor?
At this point, are there any other motions for the meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you for attending this evening, and